Hey, it's KevDog4, and I'm really late on my Game 4 recap video. I've been really busy, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to give you my Game 4 recap anyways, and hopefully get my Game 5, 6, and 7 up within the next day or two, but no guarantees considering my schedule. So the overall highs for Game 4, Paul Millsap had 45 points for Atlanta, Dwight Howard for Houston, and DeAndre Jordan for the Clippers had 15 rebounds apiece. Russell Westbrook had 15 assists for Oklahoma City. James Harden had 7 steals for Houston, and Paul Millsap and DeAndre Jordan had 4 blocks apiece. Klay Thompson for Golden State had 7 3-pointers. So last Saturday's games, the Pacers tied up the series with the Raptors 2-2 with a 100-83 win. Toronto never led. They had 17 turnovers. Indiana only had 12. Indiana had 50 points in the paint compared to Toronto's 26. Mahinmi had 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. George Hill had 22 points. Monta Ellis had 3 steals, and Myles Turner had 2 blocks for Indiana. Kyle Lowry had 5 assists, and Cory Joseph had 3 steals for Toronto. The next game, the Thunder and the Mavericks, Oklahoma City took the 3-1 lead over the Mavericks 119-108. Dallas did not lead. Rebounds. Oklahoma City had 42, Dallas only had 33. Enes Kanter had 28 points for Oklahoma City. Dirk Nowitzki had 27 points and 8 rebounds for Dallas. Steven Adams had 8 rebounds. Andre Robertson had 8 rebounds. Russell Westbrook had 15 assists and 2 steals. And Nick Collison had 2 steals for Oklahoma City, and Salah Mejri had 2 steals and 2 blocks for Dallas. So Sunday's games, the Spurs beat the Grizzlies. They took the series 4-0, 116-95 win. Memphis had 17 turnovers. San Antonio had 10. San Antonio had 50 paint points, and Memphis had 38. Lance Stevenson had 26 points, Chris Anderson had 13 rebounds, and Jordan Farmer had 5 assists for Memphis. David West had 3 steals, and Tim Duncan had 3 blocks for San Antonio. Warriors versus Rockets. 121-94, Warriors took the 3-1 lead. Steph Curry sprained his MCL in the same game that he came back from the ankle injury. He was on the final play of the first half, and he was out but 2 weeks from last Sunday so he should be back in about a week from today. Patrick Beverley was injured in the second quarter. He sprained his leg. Golden State made 21 3-pointers, setting the NBA record for the most 3-pointers made in a postseason game. 3-point field goal percentage, Golden State was 52.5%, and Houston was 18.5%. Klay Thompson had 23 points for Golden State. Dwight Howard had 19 points, 15 rebounds, 1 block for Houston. James Harden had 10 assists and 7 steals for Houston. Maurice Spates and Brandon Rush for Golden State, as well as Clint Capella and KJ McDaniels for Houston, had 1 block. The Celtics and the Hawks, this was the first overtime game in the playoffs. 104-95, the Celtics came out on top and tied up the series 2-2. The points in the paint, Boston had 52, Atlanta had 40. Paul Millsap had a huge game, 45 points, 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. Kent Bazemore had 2 steals. Both those were for Atlanta. Evan Turner and Isaiah Thomas for Boston had 6 assists. And here was our second sweep of the first round. Cavaliers and Pistons, 100-98. Cleveland came out on top. Took the series. Free throw percentage, Cleveland was 88.2%, Detroit was 66.7%. Paint points, Detroit 42, Cleveland 34. Kyrie Irving had 31 points. Kevin Love had 13 rebounds for Cleveland. Tobias Harris had 13 rebounds for Detroit. Reggie Jackson, also for Detroit, had 12 assists and 2 steals. LeBron James had 6 assists, 2 steals for Cleveland. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had 2 steals for Detroit, and Andre Drummond had 2 blocks for Detroit. So that caps off last Sunday's games. So Monday's games, the Hornets and the Heat. The Hornets tied up the series 2-2 with an 89-85 win. 3-point field goal percentage, Miami was 37.9% and Charlotte was 25%. Free throw percentage, Charlotte was 83.3% and Miami was 66.7%. Miami had 17 turnovers to Charlotte's 9, which really cost them the game. Kemba Walker had 34 points, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Spencer Hawes, 8 rebounds for Charlotte. Dwayne Wade, 10 assists for Miami. Jeremy Lin, 2 steals for Charlotte. And Hassan Whiteside, 3 blocks for Miami. So last game of the series, 98-84 win Trailblazers over the Clippers. Series tied 2-2 now. Clippers did not lead. I'm trying to fix a typo I made on my paper. Okay. 3-point field goal percentage. Portland was 41.9%. Clippers were 28%. Free throw percentage. Portland 86.7%. And the Clippers 60.7%. Rebounds, Blazers had 58 and LA had 42. And before I go on, I should probably tell you Chris Paul had a hand injury and Blake Griffin had a quad injury, and they're both out for the season. And Al-Farouq Aminu had 30 points for Portland. DeAndre Jordan had 15 rebounds and 4 blocks for the Clippers. Mason Plumlee had 14 rebounds and 10 assists for Portland. And Jamal Crawford had 4 steals for the Clippers. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I'm sorry I'm really late with it. Hopefully I'll be able to get up 5, 6, and 7 soon, because the last game of round 1 is tonight and round 2 started last night. So hopefully I can get those videos up as soon as possible due to my busy schedule. So I'm sorry that this is really, really late, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my Game 5 recap whenever it goes up.